to another video. So today we're going to talk about how to handle a shit show when it happens. Okay, so, oh my gosh, this past week I have been working with some amazingly epic clients, and so many of us right now are going through a shit show, like things just randomly happening, and we're like, wait, where the hell did this come from? Seriously, what? And for lack of a better term, we coined it a shit show. I mean, it's just like all this random stuff, and we're just like, okay, how do I even process this? How do I handle this? Like, and it's almost like things that happen that you can't plan for. Rebecca's like, oh my gosh, yes. Yes. Hi, Natalie. Hi, Rebecca. So today's video is all about how to handle a shit show when it happens. Okay, so when you are in the midst of a shit show, which you can't plan for, like I said, these are the unexpected curveballs that life throws you, those unexpected cosmic 2x4s that whack you upside the head, and you're like, well, okay, like, now what do I do? Recognize what the situation is, okay? Recognize it and say, okay, it is what it is. Now what can we do? Like, what's the opportunity in this shit show? All right? And allow yourself to just be in the moment and just say, okay, so how can I make the best of this situation? Christy said, preach it, sister. Oh, yeah. I'll give you a prime example because I was in the middle of a shit show last night. So recently, okay, so about a year ago, my boyfriend brought his bike to a mechanic to get it fixed a year ago. Last night we went to go pick it up and it didn't work. And so they spent several hours making it work. On the way home, it broke down. And we ended up not getting home until about 5, actually a little after 5 this morning. It was like 5:05 when we walked in the door. And I today had a full day of calls and live streams and things that I was doing or that I needed to do and that I committed to doing, and I wanted to do them. And so I'm just like, okay, so how can I make the best of this? And we didn't know that we were gonna get home at 5 o'clock. We both had busy days planned. And so during the process of this quote unquote shit show, what I chose to do was I chose to just be in the moment. Instead of thinking how it should have gone or how it was supposed to be, I just surrendered to the situation and was like, all right, cool. And I was just absolutely in the moment, just absolutely in the moment. I'm just like, hey, what can I do to help? How can I help you? How can I support you? You know, that's it. I literally just showed up for the moment and I surrendered to what is. In the middle of the night, we were like stranded on the side of the road. You know, sitting there, it was cold. It was actually kind of cool because you could hear all of the summer night sounds. We could see deer running over the road, and it was such a magical space. Yet I could have focused on that it was dark, it was cold, I had to go to the bathroom, all of these things. But instead I chose to focus on kind of the magical aspect of it. I focused on that it was a beautiful time for me to connect with my partner and watch him do his magic on his bike and fix it and do the things that were supposed to be done that sadly were not done. And I know that he was feeling frustrated because the bike was supposed to be fixed. It was supposed to be road ready so that he literally could just drive it to the house. And so allowing each person to have their experience during a shit show is so vitally important. And a lot of the times, especially when we have someone who's very important to us in the middle of it with us, and especially me being a mom, me being a woman, me being someone who, and I don't make that generality, like not all women are caring and nurturing. Some of us are, some of us aren't. But for me personally, I'm a very nurturing person. I want to help fix things. However, I know when to set up those boundaries and when it's my place to fix things and when it isn't my place to fix things. And I could feel my boyfriend frustrated. I could feel him irritated and overwhelmed and aggravated and a whole bunch of emotions. And I knew that the best thing that I could do, the best thing that I could do was just show up and just support him in this time of need for him, because this was his situation. This was his bike. We were trying to get it home. It wasn't working. And so I could have been crabby because it was late. I could have been bitchy because it was cold, but I didn't. I chose to be like, rock on. I'm here with my boyfriend. I love this. I love that we're spending time together. I love that we're making memories. I love that we are getting to know each other and how each other responds in stressful situations. And that was a beautiful thing that I saw was I could tell that he was getting pissed, but then I also could see that he also recognized there was nothing that we could do or that we could have done to prevent this. And because we were told it was fixed, you know what I mean? And so we were just like, all right. And we just took the situation as it came. And we troubleshooted. We made it a few more miles down the road. Something else happened. All right. We troubleshooted and we just kept pushing on and pushing on and pushing on. Finally, we got home and I'm like, all right, babe, love ya, but I need some sleep. Brushed my teeth, changed. I pulled the room darkening curtains and I slept. I slept from about 5:30-ish, 5:15-ish until 9. Got up, got dressed, did my hair and makeup, and 10 o'clock, I was doing a live stream event for my Mastermind Mafia members. At noon, I was doing another event for my Thrive Mentorship members. And starting at 1, I just did 4 coaching calls with people. And I just ended those coaching calls. And now I'm on live with you. And I feel so energized because this is the work that I love. When I'm tapped into source energy, when I'm tapped into my purpose, my divine purpose, I get fueled by it. And I know that when I close my laptop, I'm probably going to take a nap because like I said, I'm going on about, 3.5 hours of sleep. But the thing about this is that we can't control when life throws us that curveball. We can't control when a shit show happens, but we can control how we show up. We can control how we choose to react or respond to the shit show. So whether this is in your business or in your personal life, really allow yourself to look at the energy that you're holding. We talked about this on Tuesday. What is the energy that you're holding? And a lot of it has to do with what you're receiving from social media, because we have social media bombarding us nowadays. It's, how are you receiving that and how are you holding that energy throughout the day? And is it helping you or hurting you or harming you? And you can choose to say, you know what, this situation is what it is. So how can I make the best of it? And we actually, ended up singing some funny songs and whatever, but, it was just like, it is what it is, and it's just, it is what it is. And that's the thing that I would encourage you to do and that is the easiest way to handle a shit show, is to just surrender to what is and say, it is what it is. How can I make the best of this? And what's the opportunity in this? So if you are in the midst of a shit show in your life, or over the next couple weeks, or even months or years, if you happen upon a shit show in your life and you get smacked upside the head with a cosmic 2x4 or a virtual curveball of a plot twist that something all of a sudden you're like, whoa, I did not expect this, what the heck? And things just absolutely are chaos, or they do not go as planned, you can be like, well, okay, it is what it is. Now what? Now what? How can we make the best of the situation? How can we make the best of the situation? And part of it could be brainstorming and say, okay, so have we tried this? Or what about this? And that's when you're really leaning into and searching for those opportunities that can help move you out of the shit show and out of the shit And then what happens is when you come out of the shit show, you recognize that all this crap is actually fertilizer for an amazing future. I live in farm country, so there's farm fields all around me in Wisconsin. And many times in the fall, sometimes in the spring as well, the farmers actually spread manure on the fields, and it stinks really bad. But they usually have bumper crops, and they just explode and have such a bountiful harvest because of the crap or the manure or the shit that they put on the fields, you know? And so that's the same thing in our life, is when these shit shows happen, all right, just roll with it, surrender to what is, what's the opportunity here, and then perfect, because you know what? You're gonna come out the other side so much wiser if you choose not to freak the hell out, because sometimes we can, and that's okay. But after you freak out, if you do, just, okay, I'm gonna calm myself, I'm gonna like collect myself and say, okay, now what? How can I make the best of this? How can I make the best of this? What's the opportunity here? And I guarantee you, if you do that, you're gonna come out the other side. First of all, you're gonna be much less stressed throughout the process, because what happens when we stress, we get pumped full of adrenaline and cortisol, which is those stress hormones, and you come out the other side absolutely physically exhausted and mentally and emotionally exhausted. And what happens when you, instead of doing that, you just surrender and say, okay, how can we make the best of this? What happens then is you come out the other side less stressed, if stressed at all. You might be physically tired because of just the emotionality of it, but all of a sudden you're gonna start to see all the wisdom that you gained during that shit show, okay? So like I said, whether this is in your business or in your personal space, give yourself permission to lean into whatever shit show it is and say, all right, it is what it is. Now what? How can I make the best of this? Okay, so if you want my personal help with a shit show that you're going through, okay, I offer free strategy sessions as my way of saying thank you for watching this video and to give back to the community. So if you want a private strategy session, go ahead and click the link below and let's connect, let's talk. I want to hear from you and I want to help you through your shit show, okay? All right. I love you all. If you like this video, please give it some love, give it some thumbs up or hearts. Share it with whomever you think might need this message today. Christy said, ha ha ha, fertilizer. Yes, that's the best reference. Yes, absolutely. Lindsay said, rock on. I love it. Yes. Rebecca said, I can't believe you're still conscious. Yes, Rebecca was with me this morning when we had our planning party at 10 o'clock. I love it. Rebecca also says, this is my go-to phrase now since working with you one-on-one. What is the opportunity? Yes, 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 yes. Shannon said, I have had several of those lately. Yeah, and you know, the thing about shit shows is that, you know, we can't control when they happen. We can't. But we can control how we show up. And with practice, and sometimes this does take practice, but with practice and being mindful at how we show up, what happens is all of a sudden our whole experience changes. Because instead of being stressed out all the time, we're really like, oh, all right, well, how can I make the best of this? And other people, meanwhile, are freaking the hell out, and you're like, it's all good, just, it is what it is, let's just move on. You know, and that saves so much time and so much energy. All right, I love you all. Have a fabulous, fabulous rest of your week and weekend. Today's Thursday, so this is the last video that I'm doing for today. Yeah, so I love you all. If you want a free strategy session, click the link below. Sign up for it, and I will help you through your shit show or anything else that you might be going through. All right? Okay. I love you. Have a fabulous rest of your day, and I will speak with you very, very soon. Mwah. Bye.